Behind the crown and the gold, behind the titles and the weight of a nation, there lives a man whose heart beats to a rhythm only she can hear. Behind the crown lives a man who still writes her, Sheikh Hamdan's hidden soul. The world sees the prince, the leader, the symbol of strength and authority, but few ever glimpse the tenderness that resides quietly within him. In the solitude of his thoughts, away from the eyes of the world, he picks up a pen, and with every stroke, he immortalizes her, not as a fleeting muse, but as the eternal pulse of his soul. He does not write for fame or applause, he writes because silence has grown too heavy to bear. Each word is a confession, each line a tribute, and each poem a sanctuary where her memory reigns untouched. She is present in the margins of his life, in the quietest moments of reflection, in the soft sigh of wind through the palace halls. Even surrounded by opulence, he seeks refuge in her presence, finding in her essence a simplicity and truth that no throne can offer. The crown may command attention, but it cannot command the heart. Sheikh Hamdan's poems reveal a soul unbound by protocol, a heart unshielded by duty. In those verses, he is neither prince nor ruler. He is a man in love, vulnerable and sincere, tracing her name across paper like a sacred mantra. His poetry is not grandiose with displays of wealth or power. It is intimate, raw, and timeless, a reflection of emotions too profound to be contained by public life. Her laughter echoes in the lines, soft and unhurried, and her gaze lingers in the rhythm of his words. Each poem is a memory, a dream, a whisper of the life they share beyond the view of the world. He writes not because he must, but because writing is the only way to keep her close when the demands of duty pull him away. Even as he navigates the pressures of leadership, his heart remains tethered to her, and the pen becomes his conduit to preserve what the world cannot see. There is a quiet magic in the way he writes about her. She is not depicted as a symbol, a prize, or an ideal. She is a living, breathing presence that inspires awe in the most ordinary moments. The turning of a page, the hush of a room, the drift of a candle's flame, all become reminders of her essence. In her, he finds both muse and mirror, a reflection of the tenderness he longs to protect and the courage he hopes to embody. Time has no hold over the love captured in his writing. Days pass, seasons change, and yet the devotion within his poems remains unwavering. Sheikh Hamdan's words do not fade, they endure, preserved in the intimacy of ink and memory. Each poem is a testament that even those who bear the weight of crowns are not immune to the universal need for love, remembrance, and emotional refuge. Through his writing, he demonstrates that vulnerability is not weakness but the purest form of strength. When the world marvels at his composure, it rarely imagines the hours spent alone with his thoughts, the late nights when the palace is still and the pen is the only companion. Even amidst global attention and royal obligations, his heart remains anchored to the private world he has crafted for her in words. He does not need audiences to validate his feelings. The sincerity of his love is contained entirely in the poems he keeps for her, a hidden testament to a bond untouched by public scrutiny. Those who read his verses sense a rare authenticity, the echo of a heart that loves not for recognition but for the sacred act of remembering. Her influence extends beyond mere inspiration, she shapes the very rhythm of his days. Decisions, reflections, and dreams are all colored by her presence, whether he admits it openly or not. Sheikh Hamdan's writing reveals a man in constant dialogue with love itself, using poetry to navigate the tension between duty and desire, expectation and authenticity. In every line, the reader senses the quiet rebellion of a heart that refuses to be diminished by circumstance. The beauty of his hidden devotion is in its humility. He does not parade his love for the world, he honors it privately, reverently, and completely. Every metaphor, every carefully chosen word, is a window into the depth of his feeling, a feeling that crowns cannot contain, nor kingdoms define. Through poetry, Sheikh Hamdan offers a rare glimpse into the humanity that lies beneath the royal exterior, reminding the
Even when the palace sleeps under the hush of midnight, Sheikh Hamdan's thoughts wander to her. The world sees only the grandeur of gold and marble, but he sees her in the flicker of candlelight, in the gentle sway of the curtains, in the quiet rhythm of his own heartbeat. She inhabits the spaces between his responsibilities, filling the silent moments with warmth that no ceremony or title can provide. Writing her becomes both an act of devotion and survival, a way to carry her presence when the world demands everything else of him. There are poems he will never share, verses meant only for her and the emptiness of his room. Each word is a fragment of memory, each stanza a confession of love too private for public ears. In those lines, he speaks of longing, joy, and the depth of connection that transcends appearances. They are intimate whispers that reveal a man who, despite the expectations of royalty, remains profoundly human, capable of awe, vulnerability, and unguarded emotion. She is his muse, his anchor, and his destiny. In every poem, he traces the shape of her presence, capturing it not as a fleeting spark but as an eternal flame. His writing does not merely capture her likeness, it captures the way she makes the world shift around him. When she smiles, the burdens of a kingdom feel lighter, and even the most pressing responsibilities take on a softer tone. Her presence inspires not only admiration but transformation. Through poetry, Sheikh Hamdan honors her influence, acknowledging that the power he wields outwardly is nothing compared to the quiet power she holds over his heart. Even when the world forgets, I remember you, he writes, and those words echo through hearts far beyond his own. Because love like this is contagious, a reminder to humanity that some bonds are meant to endure, some souls are meant to meet, and some hearts are meant to choose, again and again, without hesitation, across all of time. Every poem is a map of their shared universe, a guide through memories and dreams where she remains the constant. In moments of solitude, he rereads his own words, feeling her close despite the distance that life imposes. Writing her becomes a ritual, a way to preserve the essence of a love that exists beyond time and circumstance. For him, each line is a promise, that no matter where life carries him, he will always return to her in thought, heart, and pen. And so, the poem continues, flowing beyond the boundaries of existence. Each verse is a bridge across worlds, each line a testament to love that never fades. He chose her in every lifetime, and he will choose her in all the ones yet to come. Fazza's devotion becomes a beacon, teaching humanity that true love is not bound by time, not constrained by fate, and not diminished by absence. It is eternal, relentless,